Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Hey everybody, it's me, True Powers Mine, and this is TPIM Live. Today's date, October 30th, 2019. The year of our Lord. Yes. I just got finished meditating, Brother Marty. Welcome to the show, Peace and Power. Oh, it's going to be a good one. A just world. But before I get into all that, I'm going to tell you I'm very excited. As you all know, I will have Eric S., a.k.a. Butterbean, on at 11 o'clock today. All right. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and this is all Central Standard Time, I have Steve Hindy from Shark on. And I'm so pleased, so excited, Brother Marty, and others, that I'm going to have, or should I say we are going to have, Paul Hellner, ex-Canadian defense minister, well known, hugely respected in the UFO community. He will be on Monday. All right. We're also looking at 11 o'clock Central Time. I just have to nail that down over the weekend. But we, Most High, thank you. Our boundaries has increased, y'all. Our boundaries has increased, Brother David. Peace and power. Also, I want to really thank everybody yesterday for bearing with the audio on the cell phone. It was really hard yesterday, and it will not be the last time Sister Annie will be on, because I'm not going to let that issue go to the wayside. I'm not going to allow people just to forget that there's brothers and sisters right now all over the world being exploited by corporations for resources. I'd rather have the blood, and the ground can keep the gold. The ground can keep the uranium or whatever they're trying to take out. We need people power. That's what we need. All right. Now, let's get into it today. Hold on. Let me try to focus this in just a little bit better. A little bit better, I guess. Let's go to the news, y'all. I haven't been on the news yet, so let's break down the horrible headlines. Let's decode this shit. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh, Bill Whack-em-off O'Reilly. Yes, I'm going to say it. Fuck it. I'm doing it live. This guy, Mr. O'Reilly, is going to be forgotten. No one's going to remember him. I mean, maybe his blood, but I bet you they can't even stand him. I don't think he has any children or anything like that. He's probably an incredibly coarse individual. In order to be loved, y'all, you have to be lovable. If you're not lovable, you can't be loved. All right, let's see what we got here. What we got here? Hold on, yeah. All right, we'll do it like that. Colonel testified he raised concerns about Ukraine. Trump's extremely disturbing. Disturbing. That's pretty sad, man. You know, I mean, the dude, Colonel, done giving up his whole career. He's not going to go nowhere for one simple reason. The dude can't keep a secret. See, that's the problem when national security, or those administering national security, their concerns become more than the nation's. Oh boy, can't keep a secret. Every time a whistleblower comes out, they're done. There's no more of them coming back up into the office. No more of them on the payroll. Because nobody likes a snitch. Now, I appreciate snitches, because if it wasn't for social snitches, we wouldn't have a show. I love snitches. I love people who's willing to share the real information with us. Nathan, welcome to the show, brother. Peace and power. I want us to have a just society. That means a society that is for us all, a society that guarantees right, a republic model, meaning no matter what type of whack jobs future generations elect, you cannot take or infringe on these privileges afforded all citizens who swears allegiance to the society. Right now, you guys can get conscripted into the army. Right now, you girls can be conscripted into the army. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you desiring to keep the society going because the society's righteous. The society protects you from the pedophiles, from the murderers, from the con men, and from the gold diggers. It protects you. You have inalienable rights that we all recognize comes down from the creator. So therefore, there's no earthly situation set that should infringe upon said right being exercised by you. But that's not the world we live in, brothers and sisters. The world we live in, quite literally, as long as you have the magic talismans. The magic talismans, that's dollars. Hopefully this is making sense. Then you're all good. You can go to some fancy dancy college, rape a co-ed, but you got dollars. It's all good. You can go overseas and go on what they call sex vacations, but you have dollars, so it's all good. Brother Leonard, peace and power. Unity and victory, brother. We're going to do something today. I feel the spirit. I feel the spirit today strong. I feel the spirit of those who believe, who agree with me, and I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're not powerless, my friend. You are most certainly powerful. And together, with clarity of purpose, we can work through this thing and ensure a brighter future for those who survive. All right? So, let's see what's going on. Frustration rises with another round of blackouts extreme. Warning, devil wins. All right. Now, this shows you your kingdoms, your fucking castle. Get your asses out, citizens. This is a mandatory evacuation. Anytime the government says mandatory anything, you have to do something, citizen. You have to do something. Against your will. It should be your right. I know people might not agree, but it should be your right, Stephanie. If you want to live in your house and there's fires coming up and your house gets burnt up, it should be your right to get burnt up with it. Who is the government to tell you you have to get out of there? Let me tell you who they are. They're your masters. You're not free. You're basically property of the corporation of the United States. Therefore, like good overseers, we have to ensure that the property remains in good working order. Don't forget that $22 trillion of debt, brothers and sisters. Who's going to pay that shit off? It's not going to be the Senate. It's not going to be the House. It's not going to be the Supreme Court. And it's certainly not going to be the White House. It's going to be you, Stephanie. It's going to be you, Leonard. It's going to be you, Nathan. It's going to be you, David. And it's going to be you, Brother Marty, and me. And everyone else you know. Now, for our international listening audience, thank you, y'all, for tuning in. We typically try to broadcast every day, even Sunday, around 8 a.m.-ish. This is U.S. Central Standard Time. So wherever you are in the world, just You know, if you want to catch the live shows, you're more than welcome, because we are in this together. You are a brother and you are a sister. Whether you're in Morocco, whether you're in France, whether you're in Argentina, whether you're in Australia, Guam, China, it doesn't matter. You are a brother and sister to humanity. Well, on this show, we are about human first. We are about humanity ascending. That's why I try to bring on experts in all different fields so that we can broaden our minds. Tate, good morning. Welcome to the show. Peace and power to you. And I want to also thank you all for your lovely emails of support, for your comments. Thank you. I'm humbled. I am truly humbled. I've never expected in a million years that a little guy from Missouri could have such a profound impact on people from all over the world. And it's not me. I give all the glory and I give all the praises to the Most High. I just want to be a worthy servant to him so that through me, maybe it will open up your minds and you can do what's best for you. That is my only mission. I don't want to send you guys ever down the wrong path with lies or misdirections or any of that, because you can be sincere lying and you can be sincere telling the truth. I want to be sincere telling the truth, because that's all that matters now. Nothing else. We shouldn't even have collective time for anything foolish other than the truth. That's why, hopefully before December, if the good Lord blesses me, blesses the show, I'm trying my hardest to find a avenue to Pastor Geno Jennings. I truly and sincerely and humbly want to interview him on the show. Also, if anyone has anybody in the Nation of Islam or any imam or any well-noted Islamic teacher, please, I want to contact them. I want them to come on the show as well. Hindu and Buddhists are welcome. Heck, even Satanists and Luciferians. Because it's all about having a conversation. It's all about just talking and singing. Do we really see that far from eye to eye? Are we really this far unattached from one another? Brother James, welcome to the show. Peace and power to you. Thank you for coming in today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because the reason why, and I want to point this out, and this isn't a pleasant fact, yeah. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me get back. This isn't pleasant. But when GDP is 1.9%, Sister Barbara, peace and power to you. Welcome to the show. Then something's wrong. 1.9%. I'm telling you, y'all. Yeah, I need to get Mr. Friedman back on the our local guy with the facts and figures on the number tip. Economists. We are 24.7% of the global market. What that means is that we have a tremendous ability to generate product, to generate resources. Well, basically products. I just said that twice, but that's important. Why is that important, brothers and sisters? You enjoy your coffee, don't you? You like to have your carpeting on your floor, don't you? You enjoy walking around those nice clothes, don't you? Not to mention your cars and the parts for said cars. All of that is because whether you want to accept this fact or not, it does not need to be validated by you. Our collective spending power and our collective working productivity is tremendous. Yes, there's different corporation leaders, different corporations, different companies, different individuals just doing their thing. But it's all collectively tied together, whether you want to accept this fact or not. You know, I was talking with a doctor yesterday, and we were talking about Obamacare. I pray the doctor comes on the show. I'm not going to say his name because what he has to say is very unpleasant. And a lot of people will be unpleasant by his truth. And it is the truth. Obamacare only helped a small, narrow band of people. The rest, if you're not in a small, little band, were totally devastated by its implementation. That would not happen in a true republic society. If we had a true republic, that could not happen. You could not force me as a citizen to purchase a good or service. But we don't live in a republic anymore, y'all. We quite literally live in a democracy. And if you don't know, uninitiated, here, now you'll know. A democracy is two hardcore racists and one black man voting on who's going to do the shit work. Yeah, that's what democracy is. And until you get the numbers, and we don't have the physical numbers. Yes, we have them in the world, obviously, but not in these United States. 13%, baby, and dropping. HR, welcome to the show. Peace and power. You got to understand, as a human being, you can play your little games. You can be a little hateful, blah, blah, blah. But when you're doing that to another human being, yes, when you do it to another human being, all you're really doing, in essence, is empowering those outside of our biosphere to further damage and control us. There's no reason why there should not be Shangri-La on earth. There's no reason why there should not be paradise on earth. There's no reason why there should not be heaven on earth. We need liberation, humans. We need freedom, humans. We need true economic viability. Because at the rate that the United States is losing its scientific brain power, and you guys might not even be aware of this, a lot of our most brilliant souls are choosing to go to the EU. They're choosing to go to other situations. You know why? Because America has been totally debased to such a point that now her own allies don't even know what the fuck she's doing. Do you think NATO does not realize they were kind of juked into 9/11? Because we were attacked. They had the whole European coalition that attacked the Middle East. They were obligated to do it by the NATO treaty. If any of the member states are attacked, everybody attacks who attacks them. And like what von Braun said, first is going to be the communists will be the boogeyman for the United States. And by the way, this was like the first director of NASA, one of the Nazis we brought over in Operation Paperclip. And then secondly, he said after communism was basically played out, we're going to have terrorism. And the reason why, and this is the kicker, that's the only way to justify all the spending. That's the only way to justify the spending. We have to be in a constant state of war. And if you look after World War II, we have been what? In a constant state of war. 33 places, Brother Jay. Caroline City, welcome to the show. Toy, welcome to the show. Peace and power. 39 zones in the world. It's combat ready. combat hot as we speak. But you guys only know about the big three: Syria, Afghanistan, and Iraq. Listen, folks, if you haven't done no research on the John Birch Society yet, you might want to. I mean, this will be for more of a historical point of view because their fucking shit's already dialed in, dude. They're already popping fucking ducks. 25 yards, 50 yards, 75 yards, 100 yards. They already got it dialed in. Pop, 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 pop. If you really want to have a head-on with them, you're probably going to, before you conclude, have a head-on with, I don't know, a car exploding. I don't know, perhaps a heart attack. I don't know, some random drive-by shooting. Because it's not by chance that Pearl Harbor happened. It's not by chance that the sinking of the Maine happened. It's not by chance 9/11 happened. It's all according to a plan. You're just not privy to said plan. And why should you be, peasant? And I don't say this to be hurtful. I say this to shock you, to awaken you, so that you understand your place. Because you need to look at the guide stones. Down in Georgia, there's a guide stone. And it's helping those who's going that way. I don't want to see you, brothers and sisters, go that way. And even you trolls, damn it. And hackers. Can't you offer a little protection for me? Yeah. Like back in the old days. Can't you do that? I still haven't forgotten the other day, man. I was in mid-stroke and the computer just dies. Is there no way I can get a little help? Because I want to see you liberated as well, friend. I know what I say on the show is very highly controversial. I've been told this by people who knew me for years. I checked out your show. It's highly controversial. And the truth always is, and it should be. I'd rather be a controversial man standing on truth and righteousness than a fucking spineless worm standing on lies and deception. The truth will set you free, brothers and sisters. The truth that the elites who are ruling us looks at you as nothing more than peasants. You're a peasant. And that's the truth. And you don't want to accept this truth because you understand a peasant is treated a certain way and you don't want to be treated that way. And I get it. I get it. And I'm with you on it. I believe you should not be treated that way. You should be treated with the utmost of respect and dignity and consideration and empathy afforded to any human being who's learning their way through this life. That means you can make a mistake. We don't throw you away. We try to rehabilitate you for real and doesn't require a jail cell unless you take a life. I'm sorry, once blood is shed, blood must be shed for most people to be cool with that situation. And I say, little brothers and sisters, too much blood has been shed for you beautiful babies to be born in the first place. And unfortunately, it looks, and it's not me saying this, this is what the facts are demonstrating to us all who care to take a look. More bloodshed's on the way. Damn it. More bloodshed's on the way. And you don't got to worry about no one come knocking to your door and snatching your ass up at night. They'll just send a drone. They'll put something in your drink, something in your food. Your ass will just piece the fuck on out. Brother Jay, welcome to the show. Peace and power. I just wish that we could all get it in our heads, man. We are better And I'm not trying to quote old boy who's worm meat right now, but we're better than this. We're human fucking beings. We're the children of the Most High, and we will be inherited to the mantle one day. But those who are jealous of our status and our future place delights in our self-destruction. Like the little girl and a little boy that likes somebody in high school, and when that person doesn't really like them, that person likes someone else. That's the type of jealousy, things that are not human, put on us. They'll take an outcast and raise them up because they know the outcast hates the fact that it's not accepted by the rest of humanity. And those will be the governors. It's the same gag that the colonizers uses in Kemet. You get a self-hating fuck, you make him a dictator or some sort of minister, and the next thing you know, he is abusing people so bad that you look like a saint when you're like, hey, get your boot off their necks just a little. Just a little. But keep that gold flowing. This is the gag. This is the game. Chicago mayor slams Trump's visit. I bet she did. Trump went to Chicago and called those motherfuckers out. Your police chief's a bitch, drunk fuck, and your fucking mayor's whatever. I'm just paraphrasing. Freedom of speech. My one, peace and power, brother. Welcome to the show, Isaac. Peace and power. You know the thing. We have given over our very right to govern ourselves individual to our fucking so-called elected leaders. And as we know, with the die-bone machines, electric voting boxes, it's all hackable. So what the fuck? Brother Rogers, Frederick, peace and power. Unity victory. Welcome to the show, brother. Why? Oh, isn't this lovely? New Russian submarine test fires intercontinental, should be ballistic missile for the first time. And who do you think they're going to be shooting that missile at? Think about it. Most of our armaments, there's not endless supplies of rockets. Here's how it's going to go. Wormwood's going to be launched first. Most of our defenses aren't going to take them out. Incoming projectile, take out vital electrical components. And then attack number 2 comes along. Boop, boop. Oh, you forgot about Russia with love, didn't you? Wipes out more. And then the final hammer comes down. And this is from the good friends at the EU. Doncaster. And they fucking put the final stake in the heart of the American vampire. And don't forget the space fleet, dude. Those fools are gonna fucking late. We got the technology. We don't need these peasants. We're peasants to these fools, man. There's nothing that serious in the world to where we should have so-called national security secrecy. You know the reason why? Because there's always a human or someone producing said new technology. There's always a human or someone gathering new tech or gathering information. So the information's there. But instead of them informing us, here's the kicker. Instead of them informing us so we have a real situational awareness of the environment in which we're living in, they feed us this fucking, not kumbaya, but this spoon-fed bullshit. I wish it was kumbaya, but it's worse. It's the spoon-fed bullshit. You can tell the United States is under serious attack by the way we're being attacked on the TV through immorality. By the way, we're being attacked out here on the streets in the poor minority communities with abortion clinics, pedophile preachers, pedophile fathers, and whatever else you want to say. And by the fact that our law enforcement openly in most jurisdictions would let you know they're not here to protect and serve you, peasant. They're here to protect and serve the Lord, the corporations, their officers, and their overseers. You see, while we go out in the world projecting this force, all we're doing is ensuring that we're going to make little terrorists that hate our guts. There really wasn't no ISIS or Al Qaeda until the bombs start dropping, and you're trying to kill one little guy that's supposed to be a bad guy, but you take out 30 innocent people, and you're like, well, fuck, that's just collateral damage. Well, you know what? When my mama's vaporized, that's not collateral damage to me. Check this out, partner. When my little cousin or little nephew is blown to smithereens, that's not collateral damage to me. That's the making of a hardcore terrorist that will fight to the day he or she dies. That's what we're generating out there in the world. And they're not going to target just the motherfuckers that were pressing the button or releasing the bombs. They're going to target anybody who identifies themselves as Americans. Because it was your fucking tax dollars that allowed this evil motherfucker in the cockpit to do what he needed to do, quote unquote, to protect you back on the home front. But you're really not protecting. You know those people can't fucking come over here unless we allow them in through customs, through our airports, or through our seaports. They can't just walk their ass over here. And at the same time, the oil people are getting fucking rich as fuck, buying up new technology so that when we finally realize, you know what, it might not be a good idea to use all these dirty fuels. Okay, let me put it like this so everybody can understand this shit. Let's keep it simple, like Brother Bay says. Let's keep this shit simple. We are quite literally on stick and stone technology, where the average person is really sticking a stone in it trying to make fire. And we already have fusion generators. We already have hydrogen generators. And then, you know, you're like, well, okay, we won't fuck with the sticks and stones. I tell you what, we got a new thing for y'all who can afford it. It's called a match. You strike this motherfucker and it'll light up. But yet and still we have fusion generators. Not fission, but fusion. And we also have hydrogen cell generators. Not to mention solar power units. Not to mention hydroelectrical units. Other than making a damn dam, we have units you can place in streams all the way up and down it and use that water force to generate copious amounts of energy. The reason why, peasants, you're not going to get it, because you are slated for death. I'm sorry that you guys don't get it. You are all slated for death. You're useless eaters. You contribute nothing to the bloodline. And many of you guys aren't even in the bloodline. And that's a big, big no-no right there to begin with. I'm so glad. You know, after this year's said and done, man, we can say we had John Lear on this show, we had Jordan Maxwell on the show, and we had Paul Hellner on this show. And that's pretty huge for a small-time operation with no budget, with no office, with no secretaries or interns, with one guy, one chat room, but a million chatters. Great things we can accomplish when we talk to one another, when we understand, you know what? Check this out. Dude's right. We are fucking peasants. Dude's right. These motherfuckers are poisoning our food. Dude's right. The water's fucked up and the air makes us sick because they be spraying chemicals, man. And I don't give a fuck who you are. You'll snap. You'll be like, you know what? I'm a human fucking being and I want to live too. This is where we need to be at, y'all. let's look at more of this dreadful news, and then we're gonna hit YouTube because I want to share Paul Hellner with you, so you guys get a kind of sense of the man that'll be coming on the show. All right. For those who don't know, for the uninitiated. All right. Hundreds of rare koalas feared dead in fire. Okay. Hong Kong brace for Halloween havoc as protesters target party districts. Okay. Protesters in Hong Kong, brothers and sisters, listen up. I'm going to tell you what your daddy should have told you. The fucking party's over, man. The UK abandoned you. They've forsaken you. The West has forsaken you. You guys belong to China. The West propped up China for a reason without consideration to you or your life because you guys are peasants. You're just peasants in Hong Kong. That's them. I love you, brother and sister. I want the best for you. I want you to be liberated, just as I want the people of all the world to be liberated. But the point is, the more you act out, the more violent you get because of the frustration you have, even if they do you wrong, the more justification they have to bring in more power and more force. And I hate to tell you guys in Hong Kong, you lack the military might to resist mainland China. Just facts. And I'm telling you right now, these motherfuckers who's running this country really ain't going to come to your aid. Because all they looking at you as ancient Chinese secret. If you can make some chop suey, you're cool. If you can wash some laundry, you're cool. If you can be a little massage, happy ending type chick, you're cool. But other than that, they ain't trying to free you nor liberate you because this world, unfortunately, isn't about liberation. It's about maintaining those who are in power right now. Power. That's all it is. I'm telling the people who are in power now, they hate humanity. They hate us. Some of them are hybrids. They're trapped between human and whatever they're cut with. And the other ones are just evil fucking pricks that love death and they hate life. They love destruction. They hate construction. Now, let me check this one last headline here. Heckler rises as teacher strikes drags on. Manufacturing now smallest share of the economy in 72 years. Damn. That right there. Manufacturing now smallest share of economy in 72 years. If you can't manufacture bullets, brother Isaac, if you can't manufacture missiles, brother David, if you can't manufacture tanks without all these other subcomponents that comes overseas, what type of technology are you rolling on, son? You're rolling on Chinese tech, Chinese fucking manufacturing, and Chinese fucking dominance. That's what's coming. Now, to my Asian brothers and sisters, you guys are cheering. Yeah. Those who knows how brutal they can be are not so loud. Talk to the Hong Kong protesters about Chinese empathy, about Chinese consideration. And right now, it's just the fact that the United States is still a big fat, thorn in the side. We're so big and we're so strong that even after 72 years of degrading our manufacturing capability, we're still one badass son of a bitch. That's because we produce some of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet. Men like Don Shipley, men like Mark from Anaheim, men like Jesse Ventura, some ass-kicking motherfuckers. Men like Corin Sutton, men like my brothers, my father, my uncles, my grandfathers, and myself. Some bad motherfuckers who ain't gonna go into the dark all quiet without kicking and fighting and saying, fuck you, motherfucker. But they're trying to even destroy that aspect of us. Judge Joe Brown, and their propensity for violence is insufferable. Some old weak ass bullshit. If it wasn't for men laying down a righteous, well, not, we all know that it has its trouble, but for the most part, a righteous society, you women couldn't even come out the house. Straight up. I'm not even lying. You women could not come out the house. If there was some whack job was to go up there right now, up there to Congress, and say, let's take away all laws pertaining to rape and assault. Women will hardly be able to come out the house. Motherfuckers be jumping out car, grabbing them up. But it's because of righteous men. It's because when I see your sister or your wife or your daughter or your mother or your grandmother being accosted by some motherfucker, I'll check that motherfucker. And I pray that when you see my wife, my mother, my sister, my cousin, my grandmother, my granddaughter, someone's fucking with him, dude, you stand up and you protect her. That's how it's supposed to work. Because when I'm fighting for you, who's fighting for me? You are, silly. That's how it's supposed to work. But it doesn't work that way. You got motherfuckers see a girl getting beat up right now. Just pull out this bitch ass phone and try to take a picture. It's just saying, no, get the fuck up off of her. Get the fuck up off of him. All you swole motherfuckers, all you motherfuckers who know how to fight, all you motherfucker M&A, amateur motherfuckers, you guys are supposed to be protecting the weak, whether they your blood or not. You're supposed to be protecting the vulnerable. You're walking around, you're going into that store, you're going down there, walking to the gym, about ready to lift some weights, and you see some old punk ass pimp smacking up a fucking whore. You're supposed to knock that bitch ass pimp out. But a lot of you guys don't want to do that. And I understand. I do not berate you. I understand. Because the system got the pimp in the pocket. You go knock the pimp out. Next thing you know, the cops are arresting you for fucking assault. I understand it, brother. And I know that you got your family to do. But I'm saying in a righteous society, you would be given a medal for taking out this scumbag. That's how you know that you're not living in a righteous situation. That's how you know that everything's been debased. Because when you stand up for righteousness, you get penalized. Pimp turns around, sues you, and you had to pay this fool money, and the whore's still out there on the track. This is what type of world we live in. We quite literally live in a world where motherfucking reps who sells vaccines, their kids get damaged by it. They still don't give a fuck. Oh, this is just a fluke. See, guys, it's not so-called Western medicine in itself that's bad, all right? I'm going to break it down really simple. It's bad that the people who are putting together put poison and shit in it. Now, if they would give you the real formula, unaltered, so like what the Buddhists say, you add or subtract from the truth, it becomes a lie. You add or subtract from the medical formulation, that pill becomes a lie. That vaccine becomes a lie. And then the peasants just see the pill, the vaccine killing their friend. They think it's a pill, but it's not. Vaccines work really good if they're not hot vaccines. Pills, I guess, could help a person who wants to take them as long as they're the true pill and not fillers. Everything's regulated, but what needs to be regulated isn't. YouTube keeps deleting my comments. See, this is what I'm talking about, Brother Isaac. That's how you know this show, our show, is having a effect. There's 28 people. It's not a great, huge, large sum listening to the live program. When it's just me, and when I have guests on, it boosts us up quite a bit. But I'm telling you, there's people who are just curious to know what the hell are we talking about today. Because they know we're liable to talk about anything. Anything. And I hope those of you who have been sitting here to monitor the show, you're listening and you're learning, because I'm learning every day. I'm learning every day. Now, like I said, Butterbean will be on at 11 a.m., basically like an hour or so from now, hour 15 minutes. I want to take a break. I know I really didn't get into a whole lot today, but the spirit was moving me to come online, and I had to. Because when the movement needs me, when I need the movement, it's there for me, and I want to be there for it. Brother Chris, welcome to the show. Peace and power. Trump, and I don't care who doesn't agree or who fucking don't, sure you're fucked up. Trump's my president. Just like Obama was my president. Just like Clinton was my president. Bush was my president. Whatever. I'm a U.S. citizen. Why wouldn't he be my fucking president? And I think it's shameful that of all the bullshit we could have been fucking around with, everyone's like, man, let's just get his ass out. Fuck that, dude. He's in office now. Fuck it. 4 years at the max. 8. He's gone. Instead of going around all this stupid shit, wasting time and money, how come we can't bring him our grievances, bring him our like Brother Ted Hayes? He has the power. The president of the United States, no matter if it's a he or a she, or a he, she, they have the power to greatly impact our lives in this democracy. Because we don't live in a republic. Because certain asswipes thought it's cool not to allow all citizens to participate in the society on an equal playing field. So therefore, instead of having a republic that is righteous, we have this demonic democracy that kills baby, extend old evil bastards' lives, and basically fleeces the fucking young adults into their labor to pay for past bullshit, to pay for past weapon technology that becomes your cell phone, that becomes your computer, that becomes a better fucking gadget in your car to extend its range or whatever. All that product and development research that was paid for by the taxpayers gets corporatized, put in some sort of little product, and sold back to you. We're some dumb motherfuckers. And like dumb motherfuckers, we get dumbass government. Because we don't want to stand up and say, no, you guys are not going to do one fucking term and get a check for the rest of your life. You guys are not, we should have it now. We all should know by now our political leaders are paid to fuck off. So why are we even paying them a salary? I'm serious. Why are we paying fucking senators and representatives fucking salaries? Let the lobbyists fucking fill their coffers. Fuck it. Because it's damn easy to write in some legislations when you know you're getting a check for $100 something for the rest of your life and health care. It's easy. But when you get the fuck out of office, you got to deal with the shit just like the rest of us. Oh, and suddenly, motherfucker be like, man, this lobbyist had better put some stacks on this shit. This desk had better fucking buckle with all the money they're going to drop on it. Because I'm going to need it to afford that health care. Even our representatives and senators are nothing more than flies caught in the corporate web. And that being said, I'm going to end this. Like I said, I'm going to do another show at 11 a.m. this morning. We'll have Eric S., a.k.a. Butterbean, heavyweight champion of the world at one time. On the show, we're going to be talking about what the Spirit moves us to talk about. You know, this is an unscripted show, y'all. I don't have a teleprompter. I don't have someone whispering in my ear, do this, do that. It's all by the fly of our seat. That's why some shows bomb and some shows are spectacular. Wow. Navy upholds sentencing of Navy SEALs for posing with corpse. It takes oh my God. It takes a special individual to be able to play around with the dead. I would not want that individual to be my neighbor. I certainly would not want that individual to marry one of my daughters or my son, because those individuals are whack fucking jobs. Now, you kill an enemy and you keep it moving, that's one thing. But if you kill an enemy and you got to cut off his dick and cut off his ears, mutilate the body, you're a sick, twisted motherfucker. And you're not fighting for nobody's liberation or freedom. No, you're fighting for personal pseudo-sexual gratifications of mutilation. That's what the fuck you're fighting for. That's why you can't leave the war theater. No, General, I can't accept this promotion. I gotta be out there in the field. My men needs me. Motherfucker, you don't need those men. You just need an opportunity to kill and sate your bloodlust. There's a lot of maniacs in the uniform, y'all. Lot of them. But there's also a lot of good men and women in the uniform. Men and women that will whistleblow on these fucking lunatics, but they'll get the heat. We have to understand, y'all, lunatics need help. Sociopaths need help. They do not need to be in a position of power and or authority or in a position to where they can actually harm other human beings, because they will harm them to the 10th degree. Every day, we're getting closer and closer to the economic collapse that many people have been talking about every day, every second. And before I go, because I know some of you guys are like little kids and there's green beans on the table. As long as you keep your hands over your eyes, you don't see those nasty green beans. It's time to open up your eyes. U.S. debt clock. Dun, 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 dun. Ouch. Hey, it ain't too bad. It's not too bad at all, guys. All you guys who are working and gals, you only owe, or should I say we, $185,817. That's all you owe. You know, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys can dust off some treasury bonds you can cash in to get that right. Right? Hold on, I want to make sure everybody sees that. Now, if you're a cheap bastard and you want everybody to pay their way, and this will include the elderly, this will include the infants, this will include the disabled, this will include the criminally insane, the retarded, everybody. $69,491. That's all you owe. Every single man, woman, and child in these United States of America right now, no matter if you're only a second old or if you're 90 years old, it does not matter. $69,491, and we can pay off our net. Oh, brother Chris, ouch. Well, if you cannot pay, ouch. Oh, man, this is incredibly embarrassing. Basically, if you cannot pay when the bill collector come a knocking, you might find yourself liberated from life immediately. In other words, to keep it really plain and simple, For the uninitiated, if you can't come up with the cash, that's your fucking ass. You're either going to go to some sort of slave camp, re-education camp, or else you're going to go to the grave. And Brother David, you got to pay up to. I'm sorry. DJ, welcome to the show, brother. Everybody has to pay up. Who do we owe this to? Uh-oh. One woman of praise. Oh, why did you have to open up that can of worms, sister? We owe that to a corporation that we call the Federal Reserve. Because this corporation, which does have some government oversight, don't forget, the president elects its chairman. And we know the president is beyond reproach, right? But anyhow, we owe it to a private institution called the Federal Reserve. They print $1 and they charge us interest on said dollar to use said dollar to operate in your life. File bankruptcy. No, you don't get that option. You don't get that option. I'm sorry. No, you can file for a death certificate, absolutely, but not bankruptcy. You can file to be a peasant, basically conscripted worker from whoever comes in and takes over. That's about it. You guys think this shit's a joke. You guys think that, not you guys in chat room, I'm talking about the viewers that may be hearing this later. You think that this is a joke. That, oh no, this fool down in Missouri, he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's some old country bunking fuck. This whatever. But when it happens, I don't want to hear damn motherfucker, oh my God, I never saw it coming, because I'll smack the shit out you myself. What do you mean you never seen it coming? You never listened to a show? You never heard any of these people we had on the show? Brother West, welcome to the show. Peace and power. This is what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters. We have been given a fake receipt. We have been told, this is the United States of America, home of the brave, land of the free. But in all actuality, this is the United States, baby, home of the wage slave, land of the indebted. And that's what it is. There's a little word, and I sincerely hope that you all Google this word. And fuck, let me Google it for us. Hold on 1 second. I gotta pull up another page here. This word is going to be very important for you guys in the next few years. Austerity. Hold on. Let's get this thing down so we can see. A simple life of praying in person. Austerity. Hold on. Economic austerity for a country.
According to Wikipedia, austerity is a political economic term referring to policies that aim to reduce government budget deficits through spending cuts, tax increases, or a combination of both.
Some claim that reducing spending may result in a higher debt to GDP ratio because government expenditures itself is a component of GDP. And in the United States, it's a huge component because most of the main manufacturers have government contracts. Yeah. Oh shit, look at that fire. That's nice. That's nice. So when you see the smiley face upside down and it's a frown, the GDP, they're talking about United States GDP here, by the way, yeah. But it looks like Drudge has Epstein body, more tellable signs of homicide. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know what? That too. That picture right there, that story right there lets you know it's all about money. You can fuck 15-year-olds all day long. As long as you have money, when you die or you're murdered or whatever the case is when you're in custody, we're actually going to give a shit. Because if this was a 2-bit fucking child molester, like, just a poor broke, no one give a shit if he died in prison. There would not be no art, but because he's wealthy, because he's an Epstein, a small hat, wealthy man who was a freak, he didn't fucking, Ray and Pookie couldn't be one of his boys. No, you had to be Prince Harry. You got to be Donald Trump. You got to be Bill Clinton. We can actually give a shit. The motherfucker is supposedly dead. He's done. Whether he was murdered or not, at this point, who gives a shit? I'm sorry, who gives a shit? Go talk that shit to the parents of the little 15-year-olds that are all fucked up in the head because him and his boys jizzed in their face. Go tell that to that mom who has to deal with this daughter who's fucked up in the head because some rich motherfucker done fucked her in the ass. I don't want to hear that shit. He's done. He's dead. Whether he was killed in prison is irrelevant. One less douchebag to worry about. That being said, make sure you know where your sons and daughters are. Because there's more Jeffrey Epsteins out there than you can shake a fucking stick at. All they got is hard dick, no bubble gum. That's all they got. Now, that being said, the state of health among American men reveals death and despair. Because the alpha men know all these Betamax motherfuckers ain't gonna fight when the shit hits the fan. What, you just want to die? You just want to be slaughtered? You watch, motherfuckers. You laugh at me now. I doubt where America makes it past 2040. Or should I say the United States of America? Without a radical social change, we won't even make it to 2040. Before austerity kicks in and everything becomes privatized from the Great Lakes down to the Gulf of Mexico, from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean. Everything in between, those 4 points will be privatized, including the human labor. So that being said, y'all, it's going to be a celebration. Happy days, right? For the fortunate few, the immaculate few that will be left behind. You want a rapture? Fuck yo, that shit's coming. Your asses are all slated for death. All right. Well, this will conclude TPIM SR Live. We're kind of ending on a not so high of a note, but we're ending it either way. I'm your host, True Power's Mind. I ask you to live your life with integrity without hate, envy, or greed. And as always, brothers and sisters, let's please try to be kinder to each other. Peace, power, unity, victory, respect and dignity, and liberation. I'm out. Join me at 11 today, y'all. I'm coming back with Eric S. Peace.